Welcome to my last 50-match summary for Murders at Karlov Manor, Temur Control, and so we did a fair amount of control in Murders at Karlov Manor. We tried Jeskai Control, we did Azorius Control, and now Temur. So Temur Control is Sultai basically started this idea of using the landfall off of the Aftermath Analyst to just ramp into an absurd amount of lands. With the sacrifice lands. So every time you can bring one of these back, you get another one into play. And so we've got a list here that has 30 lands, I think. If I can remember correctly. Yeah, 30 lands. And so instead of running black for Slogurk, which benefits off of the landfall and things like that, we're splashing red instead so that we have the Wrath of Ill-Timed Explosion and the just win condition of World Soul's Rage direct damage to face, and World Soul's Rage also does the X lands from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield like Aftermath Analyst, so you've got some really good ramp. I did a best of 3 sideboard guide where I kind of talked about the cards and which cards are good and best in which matchups, and so this is a best of 1 list. And we do have 3 Philology Archaeologists, and this is largely because it's not a terrible card against mono red. Gives you a little bit of, life. you block, especially as a 1/4. Sometimes you don't want to pick up the spell. And then in other matchups, it's okay. You can use it to cycle and find like World Soul's Rage or Doppelgang for your win conditions. You also have really good dig through Memory Deluge. And a lot of times you're not going to be using the Deluge until later in the game as a way to just find your win condition. Primarily, you're looking for like Aftermath Analyst or Shigeki, anything to start filling your graveyard. And then if you have a Nissa in play, this one's not running Spelunking. Some lists have the Spelunking in there too. But if you have Nissa in play, then every time that you play one of these sack lands, it then goes and gets a land, and this gives you 2 mana. And so you can set up these just absurd mana turns, right? And then like if you Doppelgang on a Virtue of Strength and get like 3 or 4 copies, Virtue of Strength stacks. And so I got to the point where each one of my lands was tapping for like 2,000, something like that. It almost crashed Arena. But you can hit for obscene turns. Excuse me. You can hit for obscene turns. And the deck is a lot of fun. So I think, this one's an appropriate one to kind of close out Murders at Karlov Manor. Because this came in kind of while I was on my vacation, so it's been a real joy to play. So I'm going to show you my favorite matches from the last little bit, and then go over the 50-match summary, how it did on the best of 1 ladder. The idea, again, of these series is to provide, since I have a ton of wild cards of mythics and rares, I can kind of explore a deck for you if that you're curious about crafting, and you can kind of get a sense of it and see if it's worth crafting yourself. So I'm trying to give you guys an honest opinion, not something that's like the best 7 matches that happened. I hate it when content creators cherry pick and make a deck look better than it actually is. So that was the inspiration for this. So enjoy the matches and the match summary at the end. All right, opponent is going first, but this time we have the Aftermath Analyst and Shigeki, both which are good enablers at the beginning. All right, so up against Golgari Midrange. Oh, Duress, ouch, okay. Will they take the Ill-Timed Explosion or the World Soul's Rage? They do have a fair amount of removal, so like Cut Down can get both Shigeki and Aftermath Analyst. So if I was them, I would take the Ill-Timed Explosion. Whatever they discard, we can get it back with Shigeki, so that was right. And that was nice to draw another one. We can play 1 Aftermath Analyst, because if they do destroy it, we can just get it back with Shigeki. I think I like that more than just holding on to them until turn 6. This can kind of help us get the mana loop started. But I do think it's just going to die. Oh, okay. It did not die. Huh. Okay. Well, we don't want to play into it more. So I think what we can do here is virtue the Broker's Hideout. Play the Broker's Hideout. Get some blue. And next turn we can play the Mountain, sacrifice the Aftermath Analyst. For 2 lands? It'd be nice if we could do more than 2. Nice that they didn't have the removal for Aftermath Analyst, and they haven't had any graveyard hate. We do have to race this. What? Really? A second Preacher, huh? So if you have more life, draw a card and lose a life, so they're going for the draw card. We could just let the Aftermath Analyst go and play the Ill-Timed Explosion to wipe the board, because then they only have 3 cards left. That might be worth the control. We do have to draw into something that hits for 4, though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for ramping up to 6. Because then we can do Aftermath Analyst again. And let's just race him. So we have a couple of options here. We can block the 1/1. Block the Preacher, though. I think we just go for blocking the most amount of damage. Instead of wiping the 1/1. Okay. Not the most impressive Aftermath Analyst, but gives us 6 land. We hit a Memory Deluge, we can discard it to the Preacher of the Schism. And I don't think the deck has much to do to prevent the World Soul's Rage. They probably take the Ill-Timed Explosion here. It's too bad. Now we don't have the board wipe. Okay. Echoing Deeps can copy something like the Broker's Hideout. I think I just want to get more lands. Just try to loop that way, because I think between the Shigeki and everything, I don't think they can race us. So I think Broker's Hideout. Go grab probably green. And green, between green and blue, it's close, right? And then we go Aftermath Analyst, do it again. And that should give us a fair amount of land. Those were rough to see. Usually you want to see lands go to the graveyard. Don't be afraid of self-mill. Self-mill's okay. So next turn, we're going to be able to Virtue of Strength. We at least have, do we have 2 in the land, in the graveyard? It's kind of rough. Okay. Both Brokers hideouts too, so no fetching of red for us. We can get another blue here. green. And then this is hopefully where we have enough to just survive a round. Because if I resolve Virtue of Strength, they could have a Tear Asunder. And they could have a Frillback. Those would be the two kind of big problems. We get 3 triggers now. Just thinking, so next turn if we do the Virtue Strength, we definitely want to keep up a green, keep up Shigeki. So then if they go to destroy Virtue of Strength with Tear Asunder, we can still channel Shigeki and get like a board wipe back or maybe a World Soul's Rage. X equals 2 would cost 6. As long as we have 2 lands untapped, which we will. Ha. Lissa. Okay. Lissa destroys target enchantment. Okay, so if we do this for X equals 1... Damn it, I need 10 here to do Shigeki. We do 5. Board wipe? Is that too slow? I think what I'm going to do here is try to go for the Virtue of Strength. And then World Soul's Rage the Glissa. Because then the next turn we get to be able to, we can play Shigeki and like get a World Soul's Rage for just a ton, a huge amount, right? Definitely should have grabbed a mountain there, I think. Probably should have grabbed an island there as well. You know, because the Broker's Hideout can only grab island, whereas Cabaret Courtyard can only grab mountains, right? And then you have the Maestros, which can grab mountain and island. So when you play this deck, you'll notice a little bit about occasionally screwing up which land you grab, or at least I have. But outside of a Tear Asunder here, I think we're pretty good. Yeah, and they're done. Because so each one of our lands taps for 3. So if they can't destroy the enchantment, we've got 13 lands, so 39 mana. So we can go for this, get back the World Soul's Rage, and hit them for 17 easy. All right, we're going first, and we have all 3 colors. Broker's Hideout for green, Cabaret for red, then we got a blue. Seems okay. All right. Ooh, got another Aftermath Analyst. So we could turn 2 Aftermath Analysts, but because you can't pop it until turn 4, I don't think there's any reason to rush it. Ideally, what we're gonna do here is hit a land, and then so we play Aftermath Analyst, play one of these Cabaret Courtyards or something like that, and then turn 4 we've got the island. Red, green, white. Okay. Against some Naya counters deck. Okay, that's perfect. That's great. We can go Aftermath Analyst. Use this to go get blue. had a better idea of what deck I'm playing against too. Like if we knew that they were gonna play like removal here, then okay. So we're up against Naya Dinos. So I think we're gonna want to save this until turn 6. I like the idea of using World Soul's Rage to ramp to that. This is another reason why I don't like to have 3 copies, because I like to use this to a little bit maybe too liberal, like maybe I use it too much. We'll grab a red and a green. Because then we can aftermath analyst into something huge. Okay, so they're going to be able to solve their fight rigging, and they're going to go off pretty hard here. But I think they'll have a hard time catching up to our lands. And then we've got Deluge and Archaeologist to go find our win cons. Now, against white, I'm just going to pop this now, because the Kutzil Flanker has been showing up too many times, and I'm scared of it. And then we choose what we want to make the Echoing Deeps into. So wait, what's coming down the line? We get Cabaretti. So the red's good. Let's take blue. And then green is good to prioritize. So if you have more green than you do the other option, you know, grab a green. Okay, so now we're at a total of 14 land. Now we dig. We have 14 land to work with, so this is 7 of it. So we could do 7 other. So we could do like Archaeologist. Hey, that's good. World Soul's Rage, number 1. So we could just hit him for 10 here with the World Soul's Rage. Thins our deck even more. Or we could try to set it up so that World Soul's Rage is lethal next turn. Both have merits. I think I'm going to go for it now. Because we would need to hit a fair amount of land off of another Archaeologist to be okay there. So, X equals 10. There's no mana attacks or anything. And then this thins our deck again. Ramps us even further. I think Brokers is okay to do. I can't remember. We want to get the rest of our colors. So Maestro is going to grab blue or red. And that's out. Cabaretti Courtyard, going to grab red, but that's out. And then these last 2 should be whiffs, right? Okay. So now we have 19. And they kill us in 1 turn. Spells can't be countered. We're not countering anything, which is the nice part about this control, is that like the Cavern of Souls and the Chmill and whatnot doesn't save them. They can cascade into some pretty gnarly combos here, right? Fight rigging loops. We're gonna want to win this next turn. Okay. So this digs 3, this digs 7. We still have lethal off of a dig 7 on Memory Deluge. 3, and this is 7 as well. I think we just go for this, right? That gives us 10 left over. If we don't hit it, then we can dig again with Archaeologist and Deluge. We have 27 left. Let's see if we can just win here. World Soul's Rage, check. Shigeki to get it back just in case, or Virtue. Lots of options. But let's just go for not wasting their time. It does, after hitting lethal damage, make you assign all of this. But there you go. So that was a Naya fight rigging. It's kind of an interesting one. All right, we have all 4 colors. We don't have anything until turn 3, but let's do it. Should definitely mulligan more than I am. Echoing Deeps actually looks kind of weak here until we get something, so... Okay, mono red again. At least this will be a fast match. We're gonna need to hit a board wipe. Okay, that's good. That stalls. Okay, Swift Spear, either one of these plus Monstrous Rage goes over the Archaeologist. Maybe they just have a shock, though. Either way. Get it out of their hand, okay. So it would have died over here as well. We would have taken a little bit more damage. And we need to top deck. Okay. Need to top deck an answer here. All right, so we could, assuming they don't have removal, we could World Soul's Rage here for 2. Does trigger more land. Gain some life. We can doppelgang on... Actually, let's just do it for... No, yeah, let's do it for 2. Ah. Dang. Oh, wait, no, because we get the land trigger. Derp. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Cabarecti. Okay, Echoing Deeps. Get the Cabarecti Courtyard. Get green. Play green. Now we can do it for 3. One, 2, 3. Nice! Yeah, alright. And if we got to Doppelgang, it was like no chance for Mono Red to recoup. Alright. Here we go. Maybe we can get some games that aren't 30 minutes long. How long was that last match? All right, here we go. Get some red in our lives. A rep against Domain. Spar's headquarters. Domain should be good unless they've teched against this list. So we want to save Ill-Timed Explosion for when they do Herd Migration. Aftermath Analyst could get shot here. So maybe we go for the Shigeki. We can do this on turn 3 anyway. If they leyline binding it, that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Oh. Oh, another Bant control list? Bro, I'm gonna have to like I'm gonna have to quit. I tried, guys. I tried to get to 50 matches, but this is just insane. Can't do it if every single match is gonna be this long. I'm gonna risk one here. So they have like a temporary lockdown or depopulate. That's why they didn't want to counterspell it. Okay, March. All right. So we'll save the other one for 6. Maybe I should have saved the first one. They got rid of the Shigeki loop. They gotta almost be out of lands, right? I wonder if we just World Souls Rage here for 2. Or we could cycle Ill-Timed Explosion. Or we could just do the Cabaret Courtyard and pass. Because they're gonna start creating Myrics. Yeah, maybe we do it on 5. Okay. I can live with that. They make a Might, hit me for 1 poison, and then we Ill-Timed Explosion. Got 3 cards in hand. What are they debating over here? What's the debate? Here it is. I tell you, if mine's gonna run while animations, like theirs better too. It's only fair. Okay. Oh, Nissa. Nissa, if it survives, sets up the Aftermath Analyst. Alright, I'm intrigued. Sure. Counterspell it, come on. Oh, use, okay. This actually maybe would have been better to play that on a turn where I could immediately do the double. Like, it gives me a body that blocks mites. It's okay. I guess I can't do the Aftermath Analyst on 6, though, because of... I have to draw an untapped land. We have a 55% chance to draw a land here. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see if they have a counterspell, because this does give me the 6 lands to do the Aftermath Analyst if they have nothing. They counterspell the Virtue of Strength. It kind of sucks, though. Gosh, them playing this slowly between each one, too, is like... This deck is really slow. It's been a very large time commitment to do 50 matches. I don't think I'm going to get there. Memory Delusion to a counter? I wish I had tapped a red instead of a blue so that I could do Memory Deluge. Okay, no counter. Should have counted the lands to see. They have Kutzel's Flanker? Oh, okay, they have a March. Alright. It's interesting that you can... Whoops. You choose a copy of, like, the ones that are being returned. Still ramps nicely here. And we know unless they top deck a counterspell, they don't have one. Still stuck without double blue again. All right, buddy. Come on, Roy Self. I would like to win one game against Azorius Control, considering both games I should have won. And this deck should be good against this matchup. Yeah, they're just passing the turn. Huh? Alright, what are we doing? I don't have a counterspell, so I think I go for Virtue of Strength this turn. Maybe they baited me into the counterspell. Maybe they had it the whole time. Apparently they had it the whole time, okay? So, do you think they did that on purpose? Do you think they pretended to go AFK to get me to play the Virtue, and they're like thinking they're the master of head games over here instead of just wasting everybody's time? I'm starting to get salty. All right, let's hope that they don't have multiple. Let's hope that they don't have multiple counter spells. Okay, so should I play around the No More Lies? I think I'm gonna go for it. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have the Memory Deluge. We can start digging if they do have an answer for it. I say we I say we go for it. What's my land count? 11? Oh no! It tapped the mana from Nissa. I should have done X equals 10. Why did it... okay. Punts. Punts, punts, punts. Yeah, so I definitely screwed that one up. Oh, is it actually going to line up perfectly to give me the Memory Deluge? Yeah, clearly this is what I meant to do. Ah, no, not enough basics. Gee, it would be nice to get some blue, huh? I could have just done X equals 10. Have I played a land this turn? This way, if they have a Wandering Emperor, They go to 10. I still have enough to hit them for lethal. And if their Memory Deluge can't hit a counterspell here, we can do... Like, if they have No More Lies, we can play around No More Lies. Because we'll be at 15. So we can do X equals 10. Play around the Wandering Emperor. And then we still have 3. Oh, wait, no, I only have 12 land. What am I... Am I going to be one short? I do have some more islands in the deck, right? So this counts for 2. This counts for 2, though. Alright, let's see if they have the perfects. With the way today's been going, man. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah. Let's go for... Ooh. Okay. So since we have 14 land, technically if they have both things, then we're just slightly shy. No, because I can still attack with Nissa. It's tempting to do the Aftermath Analyst here. But I don't think I have enough in the graveyard to justify it. So I'm going to do X equals 10. Oh wait, no, I should have done X equals 9. Because now they can hit No More Lies. And be fine. If they played Wandering Emperor, it wouldn't have mattered. So I'm punting. It's getting late, guys. I've been at this for so many hours now. Alright, didn't matter. Would have had the Disruption Protocol. Everything's fine. I have 2 more World Souls Rage to hit into and a Shigeki. I don't know. Maybe I should save the Aftermath Analyst. Okay, so there goes your Virtue of Strength. We don't need Virtue of Strength though. Next turn we're just like cycling into Memory Deluge into an answer. You can also dig with Ill-Timed Explosion. Let me get one win against Azorius Control, please. Or are they going to depopulate or something? And temporary lockdown. Okay. Tap Mirrex? They did! They tapped Mirrex! Oh, that's good for us. So if I play Nissa, I go down exactly 1 mana. Because I still have some blue left, right? Still have islands to go fetch. So it would cost me 1 to play, which is exactly enough to not be able to do the Memory Deluge. Oh, we can't double Memory Deluge because we're stuck there anyway. All right, fine. think we can tap double red for it, though. Leave our virtue of strength as an option, right? Thin the deck a little bit more. Make our memory deluge a little bit better. Get blue so that we can do the ill-timed explosion after we memory deluge. We just get blue. We just get blue across the board, right? Always blue. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay. Good. What creature do we have? Do we have the ability? No. So our Shigeki got iced. Is there a different creature I should bring back? I don't think so. I guess Aftermath Analyst? I could also just Memory Deluge here. All right, we have options. Dig for Doppelgang, I guess? All right. All right, so here we go. Moment of truth. We have one more island left in the deck? Yes. Okay. So Broker's Hideout. Triggers. Get green. Get another green. We then manually tap red, green, blue. This is 5. Another red, another green. We then try to play Virtue of Strength. We do not counter it. Excellent. We now go for X equals 2. Or X equals 5. Okay, Memory Deluge. I think that's game, because I don't think they can do 2 counter spells with 3 mana. Unless one of them is a Spell Pierce. Then X equals 5 again. And we finally beat Azorius Control. My god, what a just grindy match. Alright, so asterisks here. That should have been 3 wins against Azorius Control for our hour-long plight. Alright, so Broker's Hideout gives us the green, then we have blue and red. We've got Aftermath Analyst. We've got Shigeki. I like turn 2 Shigeki, especially with 2 copies of Shigeki. I've liked the fact that there's 2 in this deck, because then it lets you be a little bit more aggressive with it. It's white, huh? Could also just Flagi Archaeologist. The Shigeki ramps, and ramp is good. Deal the top 4 cards of your library and may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest into your graveyard. Then we can hit like a sack land. Okay, we're up against a Modify deck, huh? So we're gonna block and then do that? End of their turn? Okay. So, ill-timed explosion's looking pretty good. Block with Shigeki. Get back. Get some green? We get some green in our life? This is why I always end up stuck on blue, isn't it? Oh, missing a land there was... Okay, wait. Ill-timed explosion can get us the land. We need to discard something for 3, though. I guess we can Memory Deluge. We can discard Memory Deluge. Nice, okay. Memory Deluge, and... probably the Flagi Archaeologist. I don't think we need the dig in this situation. Play the Maestro Theater so we can play the Island and immediately do the Aftermath Analyst. Okay. We'll get some red. They're at 3 land. I'm at 5. We have a good hit on Aftermath Analyst here. This is like a Selesnya Modify deck. Huh. And they had enough. They're out of here. All right. That's a good one to end it on. It hits it on to 25, which means it was at least a 20, at least a 50%. And I hit my limit. Thanks for watching to the end of my video. I wasn't able to quite get through the 50 matches, just because the deck is really slow. It's a control deck. I bumped into this so often this set because you guys had me run 4 control lists. So it's very difficult to climb the ladder at a meaningful pace with control. But the archetype is fun, right? I mean, 74% win rate on the play. It just feels devastating against your opponent, right? I mean, and it's just, I haven't had like a rush from Magic in quite some time, and this deck did it, right? This deck gave me that rush. It gave me the like increased heart rate. Hitting a doppelgang and tapping for 2,000 mana, like, you can do some absolutely silly stuff. And but yeah, we didn't even hit 50 matches and it's almost at 7 hours, so I had to tap out. Azorius Control, I lost 2 matches here that should have been wins, so this should be a 6-3. I do feel like Temur Control is good against Azorius Control. Just because like they have counter spells, and so like it depends on how good they are about what to counter. But even if they are countering your World Soul's Rage, like you have some like Shigeki loops and abilities to bring things back that they eventually run out of answers, and you just go so much. You eventually overrun them with so much mana. You know, they'll have like 8 mana, but then you'll have like 30, right? it did really well against mono red. It did not need the Vampire's Vengeance. The being able to just play the early blockers with the Flagi Archaeologist does work well against mono red. So I know I talked about removing the Flagi Archaeologist in the best of 3 sideboard guide. I do think in best of 1 you're going to want to keep them because they do help stall, and then hitting into your board wipes off of the ill-timed explosion is devastating to mono red. They'd have very little ability to rebuild. On the other hand, Boros Convoke is pretty able to rebuild quite easily, and found that one to be a difficult matchup. There are times where you're just going to be able to wipe the board, and that's why the Vampire's Vengeance is in there, right? Is that it is nice to have that against Boros Convoke. And then after that, we start getting into the small matches. So those were the most common 3, were Azorius Control, Mono Red, and Boros Convoke. Bumped into 3 copies of Mono Red Tempo, or sorry, Mono Blue Tempo, and like an old school version, right? Like not the one running the ninjas, but the one like running Haughty Jin. So like some old mono blue tempo on the list still. And I think the real reason why Temur Control has popped up in the best of 3 world is because it does do well against the Temur mid-range deck. I do think that in the best of 3, like after sideboarding, Temur can give Temur Control a run for its money, but in the best of 1, it just doesn't feel very good. Right? I like Temur is much better post sideboard in that matchup. And then we got a couple freebies, and then we bumped into just a couple of, just fun little things here and there. Nothing crazy. So honestly, Murders at Karlov Manor, the diversity of what we saw in the meta was fantastic. I'm very excited to see what Outlaws at Thunder Junction brings to the table. And so we'll be switching gears into doing that. And I'll be posting on Monday. I'll be posting my brews and such, some theory crafting on Monday before the set release, and then we'll dive into the new set. So thank you everybody for hanging out, and this year's been fantastic, and my channel has grown so much, so thank you, and thank you to my YouTube members. I need to get better at writing down the YouTube member names so that I can really appreciate you and give you a proper shout out. But I did have I had a member join at tier 2, so it was fantastic. I'll put your name in the credits, and thank you for the support. So take care everybody, and I'll see you all for Outlaws at Thunder Junction.